Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around if you stuck around from Minecraft. Welcome to Elden Ring. We're back in the ring, friends. This is going to be run number 23, Beast Claw. And I already have a plan. This is one that I've been cooking up for a little while. We're going to load up our appearance favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, Hank McCoy from the X-Men. Oh, not Mank, hang on. He's not from Manchester. There we go. We're going to start off with the Golden Seed. There you go. There he is. It's Beast from X-Men. Loincloth and all. I mean, he literally wears, like, a Speedo or whatever as his costume in the X-Men. He probably has, like, a whole kind of outfit in general. But anyway, here comes the Bounty Ball. Sing along if you know the words. Yeah, Mank McCoy, the royalty-free version.
Tell a story.
All attack, very little defense. That's the idea. This might be another strength build, but we're going to go Blue Dancer Charm.
The great Elden Ring was shattered.
Beast Claw is a paired weapon, so it's going to be like a Fists playthrough. So I'm back to playing what I know.
The lands between.
We do have to make it to the DLC. Befist Beast, yeah, basically. Beast Claw Steve.
Marika the Eternal
Beast Claw Hank.
is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Night,
This is the one you're getting a real roommate to watch on. You just started playing and you get introduced to Beast Claw Hank. This is honestly the weirdest, like the most out there looking character we've made so far.
soon
And I really wish that there was a hairstyle that matched Beast's hairstyle a little better, but
the shadow
there weren't too many
of the
alternatives, you know?
Elden
If the Beast Claws of the DLC, what are Wolverine Claws called? I think they're just called Claws.
Ring of their newfound
There's
strength.
Bloodhound's Claws, and then there's... Yeah, I think it might be Hooked Claws or just Claws. I forget. But they're the ones you get in Stormvale. And Raptor Talons, yeah, there's a couple of them.
No lord arose.
Jones, welcome in, right on time, yes.
A war leading to
We'll be seeing one of these people today.
by the greater will.
Arise now, you tarnished.
Rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead, who yet live.
Oh, the tea is good.
The call of long lost
Why is that man so flat?
speaks to us all.
Tarnished.png. Glad you could be here for the start of the run. A little under the weather today. Oh, sorry to hear that, Specs Rays. Hope you feel better soon.
Chieftain of the Badlands,
Hope you feel better than Horaloo, Chieftain of the Badlands.
the ever brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung eater.
Praise the sun, I guess.
And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Sir Gideon Ofnir. He's all ears. Work keeping you busy? Yeah, that's fair. Always a delight to see folks here, either way.
And one other, whom grace would again bless.
I should also quickly make sure I've removed my YouTube post. Oh, look at the blue hand. I love it.
Tarnished of no renown.
There we go. Delete that.
Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before.
Can make one of those
the
inspiration
Elden
posts,
Ring
yes. Except Dung Eater is not inspirational in the
and
slightest.
become the Elden Lord.
Alright, we're going to become the Elden Lord, starting with the club, but we're going to be ditching the club quite quickly, as you might expect. And one other rat. Every time, dude, every time. Okay, let's get out here and die to Grafted Scion. Look at this, though. I'm honestly really happy with how close we got this to looking like Beast from the X-Men. He looks a little bit like Kelsey Grammer. I don't know if I quite got the Nicholas Hoult version of Hank McCoy, but yeah, I think this is demonstrably Beast, especially once we get the Beast Claw. It's a very acrobatic moveset. Much so I want this to be a dex build. If we're going to stay in our skivvies like this, we are probably going to have to make it a strength build so we can get some physical resistance. Not hairy enough. I wish he could be hairier, but the hair slider is literally on max. The body hair slider is as high up as it will go.
Well, that's just...
Nick Nanimus, thank you so much for the 16 months. Also, Trandir, thank you for the 8 months earlier. If I missed that one, apologies. Whilst I was on my break getting a cup of tea, I also put the laundry out, so I've done my good deeds for the day. I'm going to be getting the Graces on the way, even though it's not the fastest to grab everything here. It's just going to be the most useful set of waypoints to have once we are on our way back. I did make him quite thick this time around. Like, normally I don't bother adjusting the body sliders, but Beast is very muscular. Kind of top-heavy. We're not getting armor? Oh dear. I think we'll be fine. The character's well-designed, yeah.
Oh, come to the... Of course, without you are
We'll talk to Vary like usual,
Are you familiar? You may all that.
because we'll be seeing him a little bit later today.
Great. To castle, the home. It's a castle. If you...
Alright, Beast needs no maidens. Not the close-ups, I know, I'm sorry. We'll be getting a fair bit of cheek action, unfortunately, for a little while, but we'll see what we can do about armor in the future, but I honestly don't think he needs it, and the playstyle I'm planning on going with involves very little armor anyway, so we'll grab this. We'll get the golden rune from outside here. We'll touch Grace. Buy the crafting kit, because we'll need blood grease. This will all be pretty familiar if you've been to one of the DLC runs before. Now trying to think what weapon could be a Hellboy run. Unfortunately, there are no 6-shooters in this game. Maybe Bloodborne. I'll show you this side for a bit. Thanks, Carly. He's like, good. I'm like, yep. All good, thank you. Get the B-Dub's cloak, that should be enough armor. I could get him to put on some pants. There are a couple of fairly lightweight sets of pants that would not really affect Blue Dancer Charm too much, but the goal of the build is to wear as little armor as possible because we're getting a talisman that will deal, I think it's up to 15% additional damage, and that's only mitigated by additional equipment load. The problem being the talisman does weigh something, and so will some of the other talismans that we want to use. So it's not going to be perfectly viable, but it will at least be pretty viable. And now we see Melina, who invites us to Professor Xavier's School for Mutants. We're going to get the flask upgrades once we've been to Stormhill. Yeah, I cannot think of a better person to have the Blue Dancer charm than this man, who is, by all accounts, a Blue Dancer. And also friends to beasts everywhere. I think the Beast Repellent Torch is actually the next weapon on our list. Followed closely by the Beast Claw Great Hammer. I'm kind of curious to see how well torches work as melee weapons, because they do fire damage, which should be pretty good against some other situations, and honestly, just having the beast repellent aspect of the torch should help us out in some situations. Are we human or are we dancer? I mean, we are mutant at this point, so definitely not one, but definitely the other. The horse must be feeling so awkward. I don't know if the horse really minds. We do have a saddle, at least. Torrent did not sign up for this cheek action. Alright, up we go. We'll talk to Rodrika.
Only to have that. Did you know it's quite a... You're heading to
Who's also
now that, but I don't have you. It's scary. I want to
a gifted individual like myself.
Can you take...
Thank you. We'll take a jellyfish. We'll go up here, get wild strikes. Think the beast repellent torch run could just be beast with inverted colors? Maybe. I feel like the inverse of blue is like an orange, right? Depending on what we're talking about, pigment or light. The question is, if we start a beast repellent torch, should we have a beast repellent character? Just make the character as repellent looking as possible. Alright, bit more root resin. We should be good for blood grease. We got some gold poop just for the road. The Beast Claw has some unique Ashes of War as well, so I don't think we will want to do much in terms of getting additional ashes. Let's go back here just to get the Spirit Calling Bell.
This way, tarnished. Apply on the will. I'd heard and upon look the talk thou art.
Yes, Van, this is very Elden
I
Ring.
was entrusted by torrents. 'Tis a summon there, the spirits now it is that. I doubt we. How long will it be for the tarnish?
Alright. Praying no one walks in while the stream is going on. You're not prepared to explain this? I mean, is that likely? Just tell them this is the latest X-Men game. Kind of wish there was a way I could land over there, but I don't think I'll reach with the jump. Ah! It's an Avatar Elden Ring crossover. Yeah, it could be that as well. The character is Jake Sully. Okay, we'll go here and grab this. We might need to return here later. I'm pretty sure the Beast Claw levels with regular smithing stones, which we should have access to everything up to +4 by this point. We could go do Celia Crystal Tunnel and get +5 and +7s. How do you miss the end of the Battle Hammer run? The Battle Hammer run ended in one stream. We got everything done from Morgott up until the end of the game. Within 2 hours as well. But I'd done a bit of leveling off camera between streams, and I'd acquired 2 of the Battle Hammers. But the VOD of that is still up if you want to watch it. I had a great time with that run. I think it was really, really fun. I wanted to make sure it was significantly different feeling from the battle axe run, so power stancing was definitely the play. $1. You blinked for too long. You blinked for 2 hours. Can never catch Sunday streams? Yeah, that'd be why. Which, to be fair, I only stream every other Sunday, so I guess you're not missing much. If I'm safe here, yeah, we'll go to Weeping Peninsula now. We'll come back via Fort Height once we have slightly better flasks. And the Morning Star. Why are we blue? This is the Beast Claw run, so we are Hank McCoy, Beast from the X-Men. Dabba dee dabba die. Few extra smithing stones. We'll tag this Grace as well. Wondering if it's faster to get to Fort Height from this side of the bridge or from Aguil Lake South. Not a problem either way. Yeah, I think I did a pretty decent job of making the character look kind of like Beast as well. I gave him the thickest possible eyebrows. The problem is the hairstyles don't quite match how Beast looks in the cartoon or the film. This is going to be a smithing stone 2, which will be nice for later. We'll get the golden seed from down here and also the 3 flask tears, the sacred tears. It's a woad covering. Yeah, it could be, yeah. He's feeling especially Celtic today. And yes, I did put the body hair slider up to maximum. It's just unfortunate that the maximum is fairly realistic. It's about as much body hair as I have. Steve-O, thanks so much for the 44. We got that now. Nearly hit that squirrel. This is the bit where we always run out of stamina because I always forget that you consume stamina by doing horse parkour when you are actively being targeted by something. There's the sheep stuck in the rock. It's all coming back to me now. Who wants realistic in video games? I mean, considering how ridiculous the thing can get in the character creation slider, I think this is still actually fairly conservative as far as how bad things could get. The beasts of the fields do not frighten me. I've also adjusted my route through here ever so slightly, because if we get up on top of this, we can actually do one of these. Go down the spirit spring on this side, spring up, and skip that rope bridge entirely. So that saves us a small amount of time. We can also cut the corner off here, but I don't think that actually saves time, because you spend too much time in the air from the spirit spring, so I'm not going to bother with that one. Horse definitely has feather falling. That's the spirit springs for you. The updrafts. What's updraft with you? That's how the joke goes, right? We haven't reached Monster Factory levels yet, no. And nor will we, I think. At least not for a while. It's my one deficiency in these games. when it comes to the character creation stuff is that I like to stick to something that feels like a quote-unquote normal. Want to see how crazy it could get. Maybe for the beast repellent torch, we'll make a character who is physically repellent as well. But yeah, you can go in some pretty absurd directions. We'll do a no middle sliders character. So we shouldn't need to come back to Weeping Peninsula for anything. If we wanted to do a Wolverine character, we could go back here for the talisman that would give us healing factor. If we really wanted to. Completely random Gen 1. I think we might do a character creation where I just take all of the sliders from chat. Like, we go through each of the individual stats and you tell me what number you want. For where it's like chin length and forehead protrusion and stuff like that, right? How big your nostrils are, that kind of thing. For the beast repellent torch, trying to make him look like a Bloodborne character would be great. I mean, that's just going to be about the armor, roughly, isn't it? There's any weapon that begins with left, you should just push all sliders as far to the left as possible, and as such for right. I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is anything that begins with left. Because it'd be like left-handed something, right? I don't think there's any weapons that, like, specify. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Oh, hello. Collect all the blood roses. Dodge this guy. Get up here for the blood grease recipe. We're not going to be fighting the knight this time, because I don't think we really need to worry about Kenneth. Bedeviled by blood and all that. A full left character could be you don't have the right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, was whether or not you had the right. So now we have the left. Alright. Can leave Fort Heights. After that, one guy apparently stopped following us up the ladder. Full left would be very sinister. Certainly would. Very good, Ginger, very good. Points for that one. So we've got our 2 gold-pickled Foulfoot. We hear the howling in the Mistwoods. We're not going to go after Axe Talisman. Don't think the Beast Claw already has a charging attack style, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. We can always go around some of this stuff later, because we'll have the stats for it. One thing we haven't done is gone and got the Smithing Stone one. But there's plenty of those around and we can always go and grab it in a second. We don't really need it until we get Bloodhound's Fang anyway, so... And get on the way to the Darrowell fight. Grab this just in case we need it later. Acknowledge the statue of Queen Marika verbally or silently. Realize the two of the Radahn great swords are two of a pair, so I'm assuming it could be a run that uses both weapons. Yeah, so the idea I think behind that is that we'll go there, we'll beat Radahn, but we'll only do it once, and we'll duplicate the remembrance to get both of them. And that way we have to fight PCR as little as possible. You got a croissant, that's really good. Very nice. A croissant. I just got an email saying that I'd been given a link to a copy of an RPG. Which is nice. You have a hilarious story about expensive croissant? Go right ahead. We've got time, we'll hear you out. Try my best not to be noticed by the vulgar militia. Nice. Don't think you've ever appreciated how much work goes into making a good croissant. I know. They're very complex. Also, by the way, apparently there's a way of cheesing this dragon. $1. I don't know how to do it yet, but I will probably find out, because that could be another very easy setup thing. I think it's something about hiding behind the tree on the other end of the bridge, and then you get it to, like, follow you up there, and it, like, falls off somehow when it resets its position. I forget. But that could be patched now. It might have been in an older version. I just saw it in a video where I was looking up the efficacy of actually using the beast repellent torch as a weapon. Speaking of cheesing stuff, though, we need to rest here, and we will cheese Knight's Cavalry if we possibly can. We got here in plenty of time. It is night time. We're not going to be using the Foul Foot for this, because we're saving that one for Mohg, because we get an absolute ton of runes from Mohg, considering we actually intend to fight him this run. Okay, the music hadn't started yet, so I was confused. There he goes. Huh. How does position get reset so fast? There we go, that's the music. Hello? Why are you not aggroing today? What's going on with you? Is it because I'm in the Blue Man group? He's a fan. What's going on? They haven't patched this or something. Like, this is not... This is the game just being unnecessarily cruel to me. Okay, there we go. He's stuck where he is now. He should fall off the bridge if we do a little bit of stuff down here. There he goes. Great. Alright, so we managed to do that without dying, which is nice. Want to order some croissant for you and your wife. Important, I'm using my British credit card in Canada. Pay for the croissant using the cards. £10 spent. 2 days later, I get an email saying my card has been blocked for fraudulent activities. Oh my goodness. You bought some croissants in Canada. Fraud! International call rates? Right, yeah, that makes sense. It's sort of like, I hear stories like this from Americans all the time where they actually get bank charges for their card going over the minimum balance. So, like, you buy a bag of Cheetos at a gas station for, like, $2. You only have, like, $1 in your account. Your account gets overdrawn, and you get charged an additional $40 on top of that. So you have, like, a $42 bag of Cheetos, basically. Charged £25 for the phone call, told I could complain over the phone. It's so stupid, isn't it? Overcharge fees are such a scam. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like in the UK, we actually have like agreed upon overdrafts for bank accounts to prevent stuff like that from happening. Obviously, you get fined if you get overdrawn beyond a certain amount, but yeah.
To determine if you had. It seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering.
Okay, we're not going to the round table hold yet. We are going to add up all of our flask stuff, because we have 3 additional red flasks and 4 sacred tiers now. We're gonna put 1 in blue so that we can get this taken care of. Put wild strikes on the Morning Star. Make it heavy. We're going to craft some blood grease. We'll rest here to level. All my stats are at 10. We need 16 strength, 17 dexterity. The rest can go in endurance. And then after this, runes go into vigor until we hit 40. We swap this for the Morning Star. Foul foot on here. Blood grease on there. We two-hand. We blood grease. We wild strikes. This time around I decided to put all of the extra points into endurance because it means we should be able to get 2 bleeds off. Nice, within our first wild strikes. That's fun. I like that. We should get a 3rd bleed during this. Provided that our FP doesn't run out. Oh, okay, it does. Never mind. There it is. We were 1 hit off. Of course. Get all of the FP back so we still keep doing damage. Couple more of these should be fine. Oh, and the blood grease just ran out, so let's reset that as well. Should get another bleed out of this. Nice. Okay, just 1 more then. There we go. That is foul foot number 1. And about 10 grand. Yeah, not bad. So, vigor. Thank you. In fact, I think we probably have enough that we can get over the line with 2,000 runes. And then another 100. Or 200, rather. Grady, welcome in. Welcome to the Beast Claw run. Say hello to Hank McCoy from the X-Men. Rail is always easy money. So, yeah, we're at 800 HP, which is great. We have, like, 173 runes. That's super losable. Let's head on through Fort Faroth so we can get hold of Radagon's Soreseal. So, Grady, this is the fast way of getting to the DLC. We're going to be beating Mohg around the 2-hour mark. And we should have the Beast Claw weapon hopefully before 3 hours. It's going to be a treat. I've done this route a couple of times before. And it uses a fan-favorite weapon, Bloodhound's Fang. The stun lock on Mohg is ridiculous. Assuming I can pull it off, it's very, very fun to do. And actually pretty reliable. We'll run down through here, grab this, watch the rat fly off this platform. Oh, it didn't. Wow. Okay, nearly killed me, actually. Should probably just make sure I don't die on the way to this talisman. Only allowed to die after I get the talisman. There we go. Cool. Grady, so now you know what the final boss of the DLC is. What are your thoughts? I only got up to the point where you were like, wait, is that Radahn? Which is great. It's so fun seeing people's reactions to the promised consort fight. Why'd you not give yourself this weapon from the start so the entire run is using that weapon purely vanilla without cheats? The way I like to do this, I think it's more fun going and getting the weapon as part of the run because it means that every run feels different instead of just starting with the weapon and only beating the required bosses. I think the way I like to do this is go and acquire the weapon and then it feels like we are seeing every part of the game instead of all of it still feeling optional. Otherwise, I could just load up, I could clone a character and do it from like a New Game Plus run or something. You're a little confused, but it's easily the coolest fight so far? Yeah. Routing is a big part of the fun? Yeah, totally. Like, that's it. It's routing. It's all routing. In the end, everything is just Radahn all the way down. Easy. Yeah. So if you want the lore explanation, Grady, I can give it to you, but there is some stuff that is probably best saved for after that fight. So, yeah, maybe we'll wait for that. Come back here. No. I need you. Come back. There is a backup I have for this one if I have to get it, but I would prefer not to get it. Okay, that's fine. Great. So we have a 9 and an 8 so far. I don't think we need to do much else in Caelid. But let's go get the Dragon Barrow, Sight of Grace. Let's go and get the Sacred Tear from Millicent's Church, because we'll be back there to do the Radahn skip. And we could go to get the Smithing Stone 5 from the swamp here. But then we'll get one of those naturally anyway from visiting Altus, so... Why is Somber 7 just as scarce as Ancient Somber? I know, Somber 7's so annoying. The place you get one of those in this quick route is actually from the sewers in Lanedale. You basically have to get to that room with the lobsters. Gonna grab these smithing stones because I'm pretty sure, like I said, the Beast Claw uses standard smithing stones, not Sombers. So, even though it's a fairly unique weapon, has a unique Ash of War and stuff, it can be infused, so. But yeah, Somber 7s are kind of the worst. You can buy them once you get a certain bell bearing. I think maybe it's the one in Farum Azula. But again, getting to Farum Azula for that is kind of absurd, right? Okay, now we have this. We increase our flasks. We warp from here to Agil Lake South. We'll get the smithing stone from up here, and then we'll go and meet Blythe. Bring in the dancing lobsters. Would replace Somber 9 by the Tower with 7? Yeah. I'm trying to think where some of the other Somber 7s are, and I don't know off the top of my head. I only know where, like, a duplicate set of the stones is, and you get 2 Somber 7s from the lobster room in the sewer, so you don't need them anywhere else. Let's go speak to Carle. I do most bosses or just whatever fits the route. What I tend to do is just the required bosses on most runs, but we didn't all bosses run with the battle axe because we started with the battle axe.
Next time you don't fry, just have.
So in this case, we do Godfrey and Radahn so that we can get into Lanedell. We do Mohg to get to the DLC, and then I come back and I just finish the game from there. So we fight Morgott, Fire Giant, and everything from that point onwards. Is the Beast Claw a weapon you get from Geraint? No, the Beast Claw is a weapon from the DLC. You get it for fighting the guy who looks like Wolverine in the woods near the beginning of the DLC area. Through Somber 7 by Fire Giant? Yeah, there's a couple of them on mountaintops. I think a couple of the Scarabs have them. Excuse me, bear. Husbando!
Carle sent you. The name's bloody fled somewhere. Come tell me if I can offer you.
Alright, so time for an ample reward. Improvising bosses, do you have a setup that shreds because Beastclaw moveset is fairly slow? I have some plans. I've not really used the weapon before, but my favorite playstyle before I started this whole beat the game with every weapon thing was Spiked Cestus. So I'm going to try my best to reproduce that with Wing Sword Insignia, Blue Dancer Charm, and probably a Bleed build. But I know the game reasonably well at this stage. We fought basically every boss in the like required bosses 23 times, so I think we'll be okay. Just realized I haven't set my Wondrous Physic.
Rotting in a cell is
So that shouldn't be a problem for this guy.
No. This is where it ends for you.
The Morningstar poke is very funny. We don't even need the blood grease for this one, but bleeding him right back is fun. Oh, thanks for the Stagger Blythe. Very nice. Bit of a messy fight, but we like it messy. Right, just going to equip that. I also didn't equip the Source Seal, so I was like really poorly set up for that fight. It might have gone a lot better if we'd actually done what I'm supposed to do here. But yeah, we can play it fast and loose with some of these.
Hard to work for it. Don't say I'm not.
Okay, we'll talk to him so we get the filigreed crest as well. Perfect, okay. Now we'll pop one of these. Head back to Church of LA to upgrade, and we'll go fight Margit. Somber 7s are in all the places that are naturally locked, like Noxtella, the Rot Lake. Yeah, I bet they are.
Wait, well, you're back.
Do we need to do anything else here? Probably not. No, I think we'll be fine. Alright. Upgrade this twice. We equip Radagon's Source Seal. We'll sort out the Wondrous Physic when we sit at Castle with Tunnel Grace. Gotta get the blood out of the fur. Well, fortunately, I get a wash at every site of grace, so... I also need to fix my flasks. I don't think we'll need 2 blue. I think I might need the health flasks. Let's go this way. Avoid the ballista, which really only fires on a very narrow path. Need to make sure we're two-handing as well. That's the problem after upgrading, is you always end up, like, dropping the two-hand if you had it already. That guy almost stabbed me. Did you see that? Fortunately, he missed. So, yeah, we'll fix flasks just in case I'm, like, really sloppy with the Margit fight. We'll come up here, drink this. Blood grease. Foul tarnished.
Foul tarnished.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
That cloth is holding on for dear life and TOS, yeah. Fortunately, underneath that, he's basically an action figure. I love how painterly the sky looks back there. So cool. Every frame a painting in this game.
Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
When you're just a blue guy in a loincloth, this honestly feels like it hits different. I'm athletic. I'm acrobatic. I'm getting hit more than I wanted to, actually. Bleed!
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run thy veins.
Nice, good stagger. Very clean fights. Cool. That's Margit done. And we're through the fog wall.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smouldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night. It's tight. God, you breach the... Well, but of course.
I love to hear Gostok go. Alright, just gonna rest at the grace. We'll put 1 extra level into Vigor, because I think we're on like 10k per level now. Yeah, about that. Alright, time to run the gauntlet, as per usual. Okay, I think from there we're in the clear. We'll go and tag the Divine Bridge Grace. Ah, as long as this guy doesn't kill me first. I don't know whose Great Rune we'll want to use for this run, but we might as well have Godrick's as an option. Meager Flame looks like it's burning off the only protection you have. Yep. I shall sit here just to regain my health and reset the position of the Omen Lion, who will probably just attack me again once I leave. Yep, thought so. Excuse me. No, you don't. Ah! He got me in the back! How dare he! Coward! Always embarrassing when you beat a big boss and then some ordinary enemy does you in. That's me in Dark Souls 2. In fact, in Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, I found the bosses relatively easy. Like, the only one that gave me trouble in Dark Souls was Bell Gargoyles, up until, probably the points where I was actually fighting the bosses for the Lord Vessel. And then, outside of that, really, it was just, Gwyn. But, yeah, in Dark Souls 2, all the bosses I've fought have been really easy, and then everything getting up to the bosses is like, how do I do this? Dark Souls 2 is more of everything. Like, there are more traps as well. More places where you just walk into a courtyard full of explosive barrels and somebody lobs a grenade. I think we'll go back through here, grab the Golden Seed, and meet Nefeli. Just because it feels like a wasted opportunity not to. This guy's going to shout at me in a second. Oh, I guess not. He actually followed me. That's fair.
Be proud.
Hello.
Well, tarnished, I am the fellow. I'm here by how Otis Grafted is tainted the... If I ask you, the winds run, I'm certain.
Just in case we want her help with smithing stones later. Oh, ouch. He got me. I should be a little bit more careful considering I have no armor. Yeah, that was the other option, Ginger, was make this guy look as much like Mr. Beast as possible. To be fair, we still have plenty of other beast weapons that we could do that with. Alright, so that got us another flask, so that's actually kind of nice to have. And here's Godrick.
Mighty dragon, thou the true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. Lonely tarnished, playing as a lord.
Weirdest boss in the game? I mean, he's up there.
I command thee, kneel.
Honestly, weirdest boss in the game might be
Of all that is
Astel, Natural Born of the Void. Let's go! Oh yeah, blood grease. That's a thing. That's a thing we can use. Can and should. Oh, I won the jump toss. Couldn't really get out of that one. Waiting for roll and jump. Amazing. Good bleeds. Let's prep him for the next one. Just going to run in for this. Charged heavy. I always get hit by the dragon. There we go. There's our stagger.
I am
Clean.
the Lord of all that is golden, and one day we'll return together
Very good.
to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Let there be light. And hurrah. Yes, we beaten him handily. Okay, on to Liurnia. Where we need to quickly do Vare's quest line, and then fight Radahn, and then we are... Honestly, we're most of the way there now. Amazingly. We just need to go and get a few more Sacred Tears, a few more Smithing Stones. I think at this point... Yeah, Wondrous Physic needs the Dex, not Crystal Tier. Let's go to Round Table Hold now, just so we can have our audience with the two fingers. Again, I am genuinely quite happy with how much he looks like Beast. Look at that. Does that not look like Beast? I think it's pretty good. Okay, we'll talk to you.
Very well. It is. I'll you, a house, remember you. There's...
And then we'll talk to them.
You ain't let grave anchor until it would drag you across far. But the Crystalian seek to become let down.
These are the words of the fingers, unfortunately. And yeah, we'll go here. Favorite run so far? Keep looking down from my work at this blue flesh god with a massive glowing sword and it makes me grin like an idiot. Oh, that's lovely to hear. Yeah, we have a lot of ridiculous runs ahead of us, but this is one I've been looking forward to. Mostly because I really like the hand-to-hand weapon style, but also just because I knew we were going to try and do Beast from X-Men, and it just, yeah, made me really laugh. He was armless in the end, and legless, which is more of a concern. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I'm probably going to buy a lantern from this guy. We'll need this grace because we want to go back to the cave down there later and get the winged sword insignia. And then we'll get Millicent's prosthesis the easy way. We don't need those, we need this. Thank you. Gonna swap that for Memory of Grace now. Should probably get more... What am I missing for the blood grease? Yeah, blood roses. Okay, we should get plenty of those from the Rose Church. I hate these guys. Looking forward to the Envoy's Horn playthrough. Yeah, we'll see if we get there. We'll see how well we do. There's still a ton of weapons left beginning with B. We're looking at having well over 30, possibly even 40 playthroughs under our belt by the time we're done with the bees. Not the bees! So from Laskia Ruins, we'll grab this, jump through here, completely ignore the fact that there's a Royal Revenant over there who's going to absolutely destroy us. Nice quick route to the Academy. We go start Vare's quest. We get the Dex Not Crystal tier. We do a Dragon Heist, and then we go see EG. $4. Something like 39 weapons in C will be here sometime. Yes, and then the D has to take up a whole lot of weapons as well.
You claim what? My dad. The words are truly. I believe even that's the. Oh.
Bloody finger.
And if it I've high.
All right. We'll We'll quickly grab some of these. And ignore the Sanguine Noble fights. Head this way. And I'll grab the Grace over here, actually, because then that'll be a quick route back for when we fight Magnus and then get the Maiden's Blood. It's about 25 indeed. Really? Interesting. I thought it'd be more than that. Let's make sure we have a few more of those just in case. So excited for your favorite weapon, the Zweihander. Yeah, that's the funny thing, is that I won't get to use the Zweihander until we are completely done with this challenge. Having a weapon that begins with the letters ZW really does feel like the lowest in the alphabet it could be. ZZ Top's sword. Okay, crouch here, wait for Albinoric to de-aggro. Perfect. Back to South 3 at Lucaria Gate. What's up, Placidusax? Thank you very much. I think we can get to the dragon and therefore the glintstone key a little bit quicker by going this way, rather than like doubling back from where we were. I need to be a sharp-dressed man to wield the Zweihander? Yes. I had this weird thought the other day of like, after the point where we get to Zweihander, if we ever get to Zweihander, that should be like 100% run. That should be like, we have done literally everything in the game. Beat all the bosses, collect all of the items, weapons, everything. And then I'm like, what? Why would I do that? Why would I do that to myself? At that point, if I'm at the stage where I'm like, oh, this has been such an epic challenge, I don't want it to end. But I'm like, I've been doing this for 8 years. Successful dragon heist, very good. We'll grab this Grace since we're going past it, but then we will probably be faster going back to Academy Gate Town again and dipping under the bridge this time. I don't know, it's kind of like, it's the third point of a triangle. "100% Zweihander is the way you play?" Yeah, that's fair. At least that one's a nice, easy weapon to get hold of, so we could do basically the entire game with it if we wanted to. You just have to go to Weeping Peninsula and buy it. So that's a nice, straightforward acquisition. From which point I could do as much or as little of the game as I pleased, I suppose. Alright, let's go see EG. Buy our other 2 smithing stones from there. Probably get a chance to level Vigor at least once with the spare change. Oh, no, you don't. Hey, big fella. Let me quickly get rid of this. Because we can't sell stuff to EG, I don't think. We can only sell stuff at Hugh.
I am an old soul, perhaps.
Okay, that's that. Let's also unlock the Filigreed crest now.
Raise territory. When the rain after Levkarian, I conjure his wine as you wish.
blood. Quite a rare perhaps. At any rate, I've something else.
Because we can also equip this as an additional talisman, which will be nice. And we should get a couple of levels now in Vigor. What's up, casual gamers? Welcome in. Yeah, there we go, 28. That's all good. We should be ready to go fight Radahn, but first we need to go to Altus. What's the flag behind me? This one, I believe, is the Pan flag. All of the stuff in the background is controlled by chat, so if you look at the channel point redemptions, you can change the lights in the background to a variety of colors, pride flags, scenes from Minecraft, stuff like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, these are nanoleaf canvas lights that I used to light my studio. Considering changing those up at some point, because they have another nanoleaf, which is actually really good looking. And has, like, shelves and stuff incorporated into it, so you can have a variety of different stuff going on. But we'll see. See what happens. You just didn't want to assume? Oh, yeah, that's fine. What's going on over there? Oh, I think that's the glow from the other seal, right? It looked weird through the trees. Okay, so we'll get this. Bellum Church, and we'll go and fight Vike now. And then once we've been to Altus, we can do the Radahn fight. Finished Abyssal Woods and almost didn't cry doing it. Hey, well done. Yeah, Abyssal Woods is mostly just annoying because you can't ride your horse and it's such a big area with nothing in it. I really do feel like they should have given the player more to do there. But obviously it's about the tension and stuff. It's basically a horror segment. The Winter Lantern guys are annoying. Especially if you don't have a build that's set up to parry. Going to Altus starts the festival? Yes, there are 2 triggers for it. Basically, you either do Rani's quest up to the point where Selen tells you about Radahn's halting the stars, keeping Rani's fate in stasis, or you go to Altus Plateau for the first time, and that triggers the festival regardless. I don't like how shiny he gets when it's raining. That's the main problem with this guy right now. Altus Plateau is the start and end of so many quest lines? Yeah, totally. It's really like chapter 2 of the game. Or I guess book 2 or something, right? Just gonna hide behind this rock for as long as we can because I have literally no resistance to madness. Oh, the rat. The rat. Ah, no, 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 no. Dang it. The first rat was blocking the ladder. I didn't have a great shot at it that time. We'll go again. As our first death, though, I'm quite happy about that. Took us until now to die. Yeah, Corrin, Dung Eater. Boggart moves. Alexander probably does something different at that stage. Oh, I'm going to get hit with madness here. Oh, close. I'm going to have to hide for a second to let it drain off. See, this is what I was hoping for. Ladder was wide open. Only got hit twice. Oh, okay, we're fine. It's the problem with having no armor, is it doesn't give you any resistances. Well, my resistance is all natural, baby. Well, thank goodness for that. And now we leave. And we never have to worry about that again. Sauron defeated. Weirdly enough, Sauron is a character in the X-Men. He's just a weird pterodactyl guy. Really strange how they ended up using that name. Ladder climbing close up is not something that was on my 2025 bingo card. Yep. Me when I did the Bare Fist Steve playthrough. And I was like, I'm looking at this guy's butt a lot. Yeah. Alright, we're going to give Vike the business because, frankly, he deserves nothing less. I also need to actually equip the Dex Not Crystal tier, so if my damage sucks, that's why. Got to make sure we two-hand as well. Hello! Oh no. Okay, at least he tried healing. That was not a way to press the advantage on his part. Nice. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. Also, not being able to use an item looks even more like scratching your butt when your character is this naked. Doing the Vari quest line to get to Mohg? Of course. This is the fast path to the DLC, which is what we need to do to get hold of the Beast Claw. I'm on the highway to Dectus. Skip the elevator cutscenes. Altus Plateau Grace. And then Demi-Human Queen Gillica for the Ritual Sword. While I'm here, I'm actually going to fix my Physic tier so that this fight works a little better. There we go. We'll get a lot of flask upgrades in a second because we'll go and get all of the golden seeds from Lanedell, etc. Oh, excuse me, demi-humans. All right. Long live the Queen. Good miss. Very nice. Clean fight. Doofus, thank you for the 37. An excellent number. Okay, we'll keep the carrion filigree for now, because we'll go and get our second... Actually, no, we need that for Radahn, don't we? Yeah, that'll probably be better, wouldn't it? Also, potentially better for Magnus the Beastclaw. $17 is better, but 37 will just have to do. I mean, 17's my lucky number, but 37 has a couple of fun positions in my history as well. I mean, I am currently 37, so... And I'd say being 37 is a lot better than being 17. Just trampling these guys' camp. There's a grace over here. What am I supposed to do? Been a while since we just ran straight up the stairs here. Probably not the best way of doing it, considering that I'm completely without armor, but... yeah, not terrible, actually. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. There's the damage coming in. Gotta remember to serpentine once we get up to this point. On guard! Yeah, Ginger, the next handful of beast weapons, spoilers, are all named after the Beastie Boys. Like, all the characters are like... It's like Mike D or whatever, right? Inspector Deck, which is a hilarious name. I forget what their names are, but yeah, it's something like that. Okay, we got one more golden seed waiting for us just outside of Lanedell. Going to skip the second Margit fight. From Anton Deck? We've already done Anton Deck. We did an Anton Deck joke on like the... What run was Antspur Rapier? Like 7th or 8th? Okay, so now I have 10 flasks and plus 8. Pretty sound. We'll take out a couple of these guys just because I don't like dodging the boulders. That was my horse. That's what I was trying to do. Just got to remember to charge the heavy on the horse. There we go. That's better. And now we've just got one guy firing stones at me, which definitely won't hit me or anything. We'll come down here and we'll get the... off the beaten path grace. Thought so. Where is it? It's like down here, right? Yeah, under this bridge. Do we have enough runes to level up, by the way? Haven't really been paying attention to that. Oh yeah, we do. We're at like 1200 per right now. We'll go back this way, grab the sacred tear at the Dragon Church, which is over there, and then we'll go through Bower of Bounty to get the other one. Because we need the Smithing Stone 5 from over here. There's a Somber 5 on these ruins. And then we can upgrade to +6 before we have to fight Magnus the Beastclaw. Actually, no, we get the 6 from Magnus the Beastclaw. That's what we want. There's another one of those in the swamp in Caelid. If you don't want to go and get the Sacred Tear from here, but you might as well have all the flasks. Frenzied Flame Seal, no incantations to get the true Flame of Frenzy experience. You know, the Frame of Frenzy. Now, I think Frenzied Flame Seal is going to be we get all of the Frenzied Flame incantations, including the one you get from fighting Midra, because I haven't used that one before. And it might be the only other time we really have a Frenzied Flame theme. Get to here, we double jump. We grab this. We stand in the corner, we warp. Back there. Oh, in fact, let's go to EG now. Just so I can have a little bit more damage against this guy. Because this fight does occasionally suck and I have no armor, so he's going to hit me really hard.
Well, then I presume.
Okay, that's great. Now we go back here. Because, yeah, this fight does occasionally catch me by surprise. And his arrow landed over here. If we wanted more blood roses, they're all here. But we should be fine without. Ow. Having Ritual Sword Talisman right now, it kind of behooves me to keep my health full, so... Nice! Okay, good fight. Thank goodness. That guy can really wall me if I'm not on my game, so quite happy that I am. Is it possible to upgrade multiple weapons in one playthrough? Yes, absolutely. The items that get you the max upgrade level are relatively scarce. I think there are maybe only 5 or 6 of each of them for like the somber weapons and the standard weapons in the base game, and then there are a handful more in the DLC. But then once you get to the end of the game, you can basically buy upgrade materials, with the exception of the things that get you like the final upgrade. Yeah, so that guy was called the Beast Claw. Now time to go and get the Beast Claw. We are 3 boss fights away from the DLC now, so doing pretty well, I think. Normally I would skip this. I don't think we even got the 2 Sacred Tears from Altus on our last playthrough, but we may as well go and get this now, because it's not too far of a ride away, and we're going to go into the DLC with about 40 Vigor. So, hopefully we can get the Beast Claw without too many Shadow Tree fragments. Jumping is such an underestimated way to avoid damage. Oh yeah, like there's definitely a ton of YouTube videos that are like, hey, you want a voice app for playing Elden Ring? Don't roll so much. You've heard that the Dark Souls dodge roll is the way to do things. Well, let me tell you about jumping. And there's certain attacks for which that is true, but jumping is also something that's a lot more about timing and less about just having iframes. So I think sometimes rolling just feels like it makes more sense. Alright. We'll sneak in here. Ignore the Sanguine Noble. Get this. Hide in this bush. Nice. Clean. Okay. So now we can go see Vare. Sneak in here, he says, galloping full tilt on a horse. I mean, it's more about avoiding detection by anything that's going to attack me, and that seemed to do the trick, so it was stealth.
I'm glad you have a... I wish to... A knight luminary... So, now. For normally that...
Okay, quick walk back to Church of Inhibition. Nice to have a character with all the flask upgrades and somber stones you can get without fighting to cut down on the tedium each run. I mean, honestly, it's not so much about the tedium, it's about seeing if we can do anything fun on the way, you know? Like, I've considered doing each of these as a New Game Plus run, but it really just means that I would have access to a ton of stuff from the beginning, and I'm like, I kind of enjoy the running around and getting geared up part.
You've complained with this a knight now. This.
So, trigger warning finger stuff.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never it is what you have. Oh. Amen.
Okay, now we have that. Very cool. We go see E.G. Couldn't imagine doing the flask ritual 400 times. Also fair. Oh yeah, strength and armaments. We need a bit more runes. A few more runes. I think that should be enough.
Something.
Great, so we're +6 for the Radahn fight. Back to Church of the Plague for the skip, which hopefully I can do this time. Remember to two-hand the weapon. Absolutely botched it, never mind. At least we don't have, like, rune arcs active and a ton of runes to lose and that kind of thing. Yeah, I didn't even jump the first time, I just ran off the ledge, which was not what you're supposed to do. That time I jumped too early. Third time's the charm, right? Okay, still got that wrong. I think I know what I did wrong. One of these days I'll do this first try. Apparently not today. I'll try the left-hand one instead of the right-hand one. I've lost my runes at this point, but I had like, what was it, 800? If that. We'll try this side. No. Okay. 408 chances to get it right first time. I've definitely got it right first time once or twice. But there's some days where I'm like, I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. Really weird. First the Knights Cavalry acts up, and now this. Stars, can't do it. Not today. Genuinely not sure at this point. Obviously, we can go the normal way if we need to go the normal way, but I like doing it this way because it's faster. How many times can you die and it still be faster? I mean, I haven't measured, but this is pretty quick. I think the problem is commitment. I gotta really commit. There we go. But the Stake of Marika icon's not on the screen, so I'm not gonna get it. Which is frustrating. And I think it's because I landed on that pillar. So we have the technique down, we just need to get the landing right. And that time I wasn't jumping forward, I was kind of doing like a sideways wobble thing. See somebody else doing it as well? Do the same thing but miss the pillar. Yeah, you've got to land in the desert part, because that's the part where you're in the respawn radius for the Stake of Marika that covers Radahn's arena. I think I'm jumping too early. As soon as the camera swings down, you got to do the jump. But I think I'm anticipating it. Lemming behavior. God, you remember the Lemmings video games? I had a couple of those. At this point, probably would have been faster to walk. To just walk down through Caelid. That time I was going to be over the pillar again, so it wouldn't have mattered. What's the trick here? What am I missing? At this point, I'm just annoyed at the fact that I have to keep hearing Millicent's agonized whimpering. Nope, won't do it. We'll try a couple more times. If we don't get it within 3 attempts, I'll just go to Redmane the normal way. Okay, that's 1. Okay, that time doesn't count because I didn't even jump. Yeah, I know there's another golden seed around there, but can get those from any number of places, and I don't really need them right now. It's more just about, like, the speed of it. Nope, that's not going to do it for us either. That's attempt number 2. Despite his agility, Hank McCoy is not quite the right person to be doing this, I guess. Nope. Not going to happen for us today. Okay, we'll just go there the normal way then, much as it sucks. We'll just jump off this cliff instead of the other one. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that trick that I keep getting right on one attempt and then wrong on so many subsequent attempts. Because I thought on the last couple of tries, when I did it relatively quickly, I was like, okay, I understand what I'm doing wrong now. And today I just don't. Which is strange. But if we hop down here... Avoid being spotted by this bird. Have a pot thrown at us by a giant, I guess. We can get the map here and a grace. Wait, is there a grace here? I think there is one in Caelid. Around the lake. There's a ton around the lake. We'll have to come back here anyway for Millicent's prosthesis, but that's easy enough to get to from Church of the Plague, so... Red main soldier ambush. Next run will be first time. Yeah, next run I don't think I need to go to the DLC. We're an hour and a half in. I reckon we'll manage this in 2 hours. Provided the Radahn fight goes okay. We'll collect this grace just to be sure. And I think we get 70,000 runes from this fight. It should be enough to get our vigor to 40-ish.
Champions, welcome.
Easily best fight in the game. Honestly, I agree.
The festival.
This is one of the coolest set pieces in the game. I'm going to skip the cutscene because we've wasted enough time on this one. I will go in here and get the smithing stone because... Oh, that chair just materialized in front of me. It's just dark in there. Yeah, we'll get the smithing stone because we can definitely use that to upgrade the beast claw. Let's go. As usual, the first thing we're going to do is ride away. Oh, I always try and get it behind that barrier, and I never do. That should be enough to throw him off, though. Yeah, great. Okay, now we get this group summoned. Next group summoned. Apply blood grease. Meet him on the field of battle. Okay, as long as we've got Ritual Sword as a buff, we should be okay. Oh, ouch. Okay, kind of whiffed on that one, but no worries. Whoever this is will summon them. They'll probably get insta-fireballed, but... Ouch. Nice. Good, clean fight in the end. That was Tragoth. Hi, Tragoth. Bye, Tragoth. Sometimes you just got to summon them to keep him busy. GG. We're just going to get this cutscene because you appear in it, and it's very funny just to have these, these big naked blue legs. Oh, and this is Bud. What could this mean, Charles? Yes. Thank you, chat, for looking respectively. Anyway, I think the last sound was me getting off my horse. Good stuff. I'm going to talk to Alexander here just so we can make sure we get the Shard of Alexander option later. Didn't realize I hadn't added those two sacred tears to the flask. Never mind. Alright. Alexander.
Aye. One hit after that, and as such, as luck. If I and you know, who could expect? Just you went.
Okay, that should be everything for Alexander. Now we get to go to Lanedell and fight Draconic Tree Sentinel, our old friend. Thank you all for the GGs. By the way, if anybody is newer to this and wants to know where I got this route from, where I got the method for getting to the DLC fast, YouTube channel Soul Obsession, Soul like Dark Souls, has a really great tutorial video for how to do this. And I think there's even like a written guide that you can find on like Google Docs, which I have copy-pasted somewhere, but I've more or less got the route memorized now because I've done it a good handful of times for DLC weapons. Some great research goes into these. Whoa, hello. He kicked me. Alright, let's get our blood grease. Let's go fight this guy. Oh, the follow-up missed because he was too far away. And then that was not the best timing for the flask, but I really want the Ritual Sword Talisman buff, so... Oh man, I'm absolutely whiffing the timing on this. Alright. Never mind Ritual Sword, let's just go for actually dealing damage. Nice. Oh, ow. Thank you for the light show there, bud. Okay, he's done with thunder moves. We got him with the bleed. Not my finest hour, but we did what we had to. Elden Ring. What's up, Ollie? Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Welcome to the Beast Claw run featuring Beast from the X-Men. Let's pop Radahn's Great Rune as well. Beast Claws DLC? Yes, so we're taking Hank McCoy into the DLC to fight Logan, is what's happening. The character you get it from is literally called Logur the Beast Claw, and I'm like, that's a pretty straightforward Wolverine reference, actually. So yeah, we're doing a quick run to the DLC. We are hour and 40 into this character. We basically have to go to the sewers at Lanedale and then go and fight Mohg, and we're there. So, hopefully from there we'll be able to get the Beast Claw without too much fuss, but it's actually quite an agile moveset, so I don't know how we're going to be able to take the guy down, but a couple of attempts should do it. They did get a little silly with it, yes, and who can blame them? Once you get the Beast Claw, you head straight back to the main game. That's the idea, unless there's anything in the DLC that I'm like, this would be perfect as like a talisman that would work or something. But I think all the talismans I want to pair with this are just going to be in the base game. Oh, wrong way. For some reason, I thought I was still back a couple of rooms. Instead, I'm here with the saxophonists. And here my stamina starts draining. Yeah, the goal being to beat the game with the weapon. That really just means roll credits on base game. We've done a full DLC run with the Astrologer's Staff because that was the one I was getting every sorcery in the game, so it was like, we might as well go and finish the whole thing. And it turns out Rings of Spectral Light is absolutely cracked if you're a sorcerer, and is very good in the Radahn fight. Not to mention, what I have more recently found out is that one of the pieces of the Gravebird armor set gives you a buff to that particular spell. And it also deals like frostbite and everything, so yeah, it's absurd. Genuinely looks like he has no clothing on if I angle his hand like this.
For bringing me
I'm like, really, dude?
of the Erd Tree. Here and thus I shall to farewell. I shall leave. I wish you luck. You have. I have no.
All right, peace. All right, we're gonna go this way. We just need to take a quick trip to the sewers for Mohg's Shackle and the Somber Smithing Stone 7. We'll pick up a rune arc on the way, of course. Adjust the grace right, and it looked like great censorship. Yeah. The fact that we've got this far with no armor is great, and the Mohg fight should basically be hitless, as long as I get the timing right. What buffs do you have for defense? Not many. But in terms of defense, I'm counting on agility, I guess. And honestly, once you start leveling strength, and this is going to be a strength build once I start actually being able to assign stats however I want, we're going to gain a lot of physical resistance just from strength, so. When this lad leaves me alone, we can get down into the sewers. Oh yeah, minus 15% from Scarseal, yes. That's also true. But, you know, we're getting some health from Scarseal, so it actually doesn't even out at this stage, but mostly I just know my way around. My buff is knowledge. And the thing I know about this part is that this Scarab gets me a Smithing Stone 7, and then the Lobster kills it for me, which is great. But now I need to get across this room, grab the item at the back, and not get lobstered. We've done it. I'm going to grab this grace just in case we need it. We'll use the Pure Blood Knight's Medal and go to Mohg Palace for the first time. So, now we are here. We just have to get to the midpoint to get the Ancient Somber Smithing Stone. We should have the 7, 8, and 9. We got the 7 just now. We got the 8 and 9 in Caelid earlier. Just going to quickly rest. And then I need to make sure that I've got the setup right for the fight. But now we have Mohg's Shackle. Everything should go according to plan. We can improvise a little bit. Like, I've managed to recover when this fight's gone off script before. We just don't have the Purifying Crystal tier, so we kind of have to try and one-cycle him. And I don't have very good resistance or defense, so it goes well or it goes very badly. We'll manage. We'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Just gonna put the lantern on so y'all can see in here. Mohg could be the second boss if you don't need the shackle. I guess, yeah. You'd need to be able to... You'd need to be able to beat Mohg without leveling up a somber weapon to +7. Because the only... I mean, it's not the only way of getting a somber 7. You could do more of, like, Rani's quest and stuff, but that would still involve you beating Radahn so that you could get to the point where you had a somber 7. Xeon, thank you for the 12 months. Everyone spam the word nerd in the chat, please. Thank you so much for the full year support in the channel. Enjoy that nerd sub badge. Welcome to the nerd herd. Okay, so we have to go here and open this chest without any of these lads killing me. Including this guy. We've done it. And now we leave. Oh, Beast is agile. I love it. Somehow, despite his massive frame, he is still very, very sneaky. Get beasted. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right. Back to Road to the Manor. I mean, we could smith with Hugh, but EG is right next to the Grace, so it's slightly faster. Oh, it's dark out. And raining in Liurnia. What a surprise, it's raining in Wales. Elden Wales. Alright, you. Strengthen my armament, please, sir. Please, sir, may I have some armament? We got 4,300 runes, or 43,000 runes, rather, that we can put into Vigor a couple of points. Because we all need a fair bit of Vigor. Especially considering we have no armor. Dynasty Mausoleum midpoint. The only other thing we could potentially need to do is go back to the... what's it called? Go back to the round table hold and get the other talisman pouch. But this should be fine. Mohg fist only plus Dedicar's Woe. Dedicar's Woe isn't going to matter because Mohg is just going to fight you anyway. Like, once you're in a boss fight, you can't lose aggro. Oh, wait, no, Dedicar's Woe is the other one. Sorry, I was thinking Shabriri's. Dedicar's is the, is the one that deals extra damage, right? Anyway, we'll watch this cutscene. And we'll do the Mohg fight. We'll see if I remember how to do this. Because it has been a little while since I did this the fast way. Whose armor is this anyway? Just got back from the pub's second walk. What are we doing? Fighting Mohg. Sometimes this game is gross. Sometimes it's always gross.
Dearest Mikola. You must abide alone a while.
There's definitely more than 8 points. Yeah, these are definitely larger than the average people. And this guy is the Lord of Blood, so
Welcome,
you'd expect him to have a lot.
the guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
Okay, I'm going to need to buff because I was not able to as I was walking in. But we need to two-hand. That's very important, actually. And shackle. Shackle again. Nice. Take the riposte from the front, ideally. Oh, it went wrong. It went wrong. Drink, drink. Ouch. Yeah, okay. We need to do this again. Yeah, I think there's a charged heavy I have to do in there that I kind of forgot. Let me remind myself of the sequence real quick. We got very, very close, though. So let me see. Yeah, there was definitely a point there where I paused and I was like, what do I do? What do I do right now? Shackle, 3 light attacks, 1 heavy, walk around. Heavy attack for the weapon, follow up, walk forwards, use weapon art, heavy attack, follow up, then another weapon art. Okay. Alright, we should be able to do this. The blood grease is essential, so we might need to craft some more of this if we can, but... He almost turned the sprinklers on us. And from here we need to be in front of him to do the riposte because it deals more damage. Heavy attack. Follow up. And weapon art again for the bleed. There we go. That's how you do that. Also pop a gold pickled foulfoot for extra runes. GG, friends. Oh, Grady, no, you missed it. It's fine. You can scroll back a couple of minutes in the VOD, but that was quick Mohg. I literally got back with a copy. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have messed it up a second time. I got it wrong the first time around. But, yeah, now we can start pumping strength, please. And, yeah, hopefully that should set us in good stead for the DLC. We're off to the Land of Shadow. It is, yeah, less than 2 hours. 1 minute 54. Or 1 hour 54. So now we're almost at the claw, yes. Naptime Ginger, no worries. Have a good one. Alright, out here into the woods. And once you hear that, I'm pretty sure he's around here somewhere. It's not that squirrel. Where is he? We're about to be, like, jump attacked by a dude. There he is. Logan, it's me. It's Hank. No. Okay, yeah, no, he's tough. It's the problem with having no... We actually have the same hair. He's got a very similar style to me. Yeah, okay, here we go. I come up with the strats, these strats myself. No, this is I mentioned this just before we got to Mohg. This is a strat by a YouTube channel called Soul Obsession. Is Logur supposed to be a shout out to Logan from Wolverine? Absolutely he is. Logur the Beast Claw. I don't think the blood grease is really going to help me at this stage. He's out here somewhere. Where is he? Got my runes back, so I died to him here. There he is. See if we can get the drop on him. Okay, good start. Okay, the follow-up is nice. Cool. Oh, okay, he's got a flask. He's got his healing factor. Okay, and now I need more blue. I need to heal. Nice, okay, got him on the hop. Oh god. Oh god, this could go very badly for me if he gets a couple of swipes in. No! Oh god, yes, thankfully he's trying to heal. Okay, nice, nice. Only one more hit needed. Make sure we're at full health. Oh, rough. Absolutely rough, dude. All we needed. Beast is triumphant. We have the Beast Claw. And now we equip this for the rest of the run. It's a paired weapon, so we can have two of them. And yeah, now we're Hank McCoy. Oh, yes. All right. So agile, dude. I love that. Savage Claws. Oh, that's such a combo. We're gonna absolutely crush with this thing. Right, back to the base game. I have a couple of boss fights to do. We have a little bit of leveling up to do with this, actually. How many smithing stones do I have? 8 of those. Not many smithing stone. 2s, 3s. Yeah, okay. Cool. So I think the first place we'll go is Liurnia. We'll head back to main academy gate. We'll go get the bell bearing. We'll probably go to Altus and get the bell bearing there as well. All right. I am going to run to the bathroom real quick because, yeah, I kind of need the bathroom. I was going to maybe go before we fought Mohg, but I don't know. I was locked in. I was focused. Yeah, I will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time. And enjoy this lovely specimen of a human. Hello, we're back. Back once again with the ill behavior. I just realized I'm not going to be able to get down here from that, so we need to go back to South Lucaria Gate, probably. Yeah, this will be a fun one. This will be a very, very fun one. We're going to go and get the Smithing Stone 1 and 2 bell bearing, and then the 3 and 4. Once we've upgraded some, we can go and get some talismans that will really help this build. I love the fact that we've got the claws now, and honestly, it doesn't look too bad with the blue skin either. I was thinking they wouldn't really look like beasts' hands, but I think it does well enough. We also need to find a way of putting a blood infusion on this with the Ash of War it already has. I'm not certain if it gives you the Savage Claw Ash of War just for having this weapon, or if I'd need to get it from somewhere else, but the alternative is that I end up putting a Blood Affinity Ash of War on it, but then I'd lose Savage Claw. So I'm not quite sure how that works. Either way. It's kind of weird how he's only got one claw when you're riding, because you're not technically two-handing the weapon. But it's so swishy. It's got such a good swish. And I don't know how much poise damage these things are going to do, so we'll see how well we do against Crystalian. What kind of... I assume slashing damage? Yeah, slash. Just slash damage. Okay, interesting. Quite glad I managed to angle myself towards the pillar there, otherwise I could have just immediately leapt off the elevator. Give you some tips for Faith build. Just spam Catch Flame on everything. And level your Sacred Seal. And you'll beat the entire game with just Catch Flame. Excuse me, fellas. Just gonna grab some stones on the way down. Seriously, at close range, Catch Flame is the only incantation you'll ever need. See you later, Jones. Have a good one. If that guy drops down here now, he's dead. Good for him that he didn't. Alright, we run the balance beam. Gonna grab a couple of smithing 3s from around here. Oh. That was a 2. This one's a 3, surely. Yeah, there it is. Just so I don't have to buy quite as many, although I do have a lot of runes now, so... Ignore these guys. And then they start shooting arrows at me, so we bob and weave. Ow. I took an arrow to the knee. My adventuring days are over. Me and the pumpkin head guy going down the elevator. Don't need that really, but we'll get it on the way in here anyway. Can take Mohg's shackle off of this too. Alright. And now, a Crystalian fight. See, this looks bad right now. But it's only because I haven't broken his poise yet. How about now? That's pretty good. Bear in mind that I don't have any talismans that necessarily work for this build, like, right away. It's just, like, general talismans, Radagon's Sword Seal. I don't have the Ritual Sword Talisman buff anymore. That's pretty good. You're doing a lot of tiny hits, which we just have to make do maximum damage now. So we can go and get the second Smithing Miner's Bell Bearing. We'll go to the Round Table Hold and buy as many smithing stones as we need. And then we'll go and do Guardian Golem for one thing. Cleanrot Knight. And then... honestly, at that point, we can just do Millicent's Quest and get the prosthesis. We'll want to go to the Snowfield for Thorny Crack Tier. Shard of Alexander probably later. You can't stack Winged Sword and Rotten Winged Sword. You can only have one or the other, so it's going to be Winged Sword and Millicent's prosthesis. But yeah, probably Blue Dancer, Winged Sword, Millicent's prosthesis, and Shard. And then just that Savage Claws attack over and over and over again. Just gotta open this. Okay. Back to the Grace and out so we can warp away, but then we should hopefully have the budget to buy all the stones we need at the Round Table. And then we can really start shredding with this thing. Any plan for stamina management? I'll probably just put a fair bit into endurance because this needs to be a strength build, but I'll probably need a fair bit of endurance anyway. I've got a fair bit into endurance already, to be honest. Like, I think I have enough just from needing to use the Bloodhound's Fang. Okay, I don't know how expensive these things are to level either. Oh, we can talk to Nepheli.
I'm glad to see. I found it in you were the one to make good use. I don't intend to.
Something tells me we won't be needing the Arsenal Charm.
If you haven't, old father is, I'm sure, talk. I'll see you again.
Okay, the Fates will deign it because we need to go to the consecrated snowfield at some stage. We'll talk to Roderica
I never knew, although I'm still
because we know that we need the spirit tuning to be active so that Nepheli's quest can be completed.
Look, she has it. I saw in her eye.
Okay, this is really cheap to level. That's great. We should have the budget to get it to plus 12. And now we need smithing stone 5s. We can get some of those from Celia Crystal Tunnel. But let's talk to Roderica and get the spirit tuning thing done.
I don't believe if I do. I suppose I'll ask my certainly. I know I can tell.
Wife is still making her way through Dark Souls 1. I keep telling her easy game for babies. That's motivating her to push through Sen's Fortress. Yeah, it's weird, Sen's Fortress, because like once you know the route through it, you can complete it really quickly. but like you just assume that everything there is important to explore. And it takes you forever to do it that way. Right, let's go do Celia Crystal Tunnel real fast so that I can get a handful of Smithing Stone 5s. Maybe we'll fight the boss at the end of it. No warping until you kill the boss is annoying. Like, why can't I warp at the Grace? Yeah. Over we go. Down here. Ignore all the rats. Or just bottleneck them in the doorway. And then do this. Interesting. Yeah. Still learning how the attacks want to come out, like what direction they have, and like honestly the reach of it is interesting. I feel like a lot of the DLC weapons play more aggressively. Like there's a lot more movement and like forward motion in the attack patterns. Think about stuff like Milady with Wing Stance. And the kind of like diving thrust thing that it has. Like there's a lot of ground you cover. I feel like this is one of those weapons as well. It's like, it's got a lot of gap closers. See? Like, that's wild. Which is great for fighting pests. But if it's the little stuff that you're trying to, like, dodge around... it can get a little awkward. We should be able to get like 6 or 7 Smithing 5s from this place, so we'll get 2 upgrades out of that. Notice that with the Dancing Blades? Yeah, I think Backhand Blade is kind of similar, right? Backhand Blade gives you a lot of... a lot of forward momentum. God, that's satisfying, though. Take the Rune Arc out of this guy's butt, and we're on our way. I'm so agile. Let me get these glintstones that we never use. Pretty sure there is a smithing stone here that I just... it's right there by this guy's feet. This is interesting. There we go. You really don't do a lot of poise damage. I'm also not two-handing, which I should be. That might be one of the reasons we weren't doing so great there, but... very beast-like weapon. Yeah, totally. Like, I love that about it. Absolutely lives up to the name. And the character that we've set up here. Unfortunately, if the enemy has a strong resistance to slashing damage, I am all at sea. But there aren't too many enemies like that, so we should be okay. Somber? Yeah. Ow. Okay, right here, I think we'll go in with this. But this is going to be a rough fight, I imagine. Does it do bleed? Yeah, it does. I think making this a bleed weapon until maybe the last couple of fights and then we respec for heavy is probably going to be the play. Yeah, stamina management could be an issue here if I just spam that attack. Oh, we got 4 moves that time. Oh, he got momentum bonus from that. Ouch. Yeah, I don't quite have any of the dex bonuses I need from this yet. So I think we're going to skip this fight for now. We got all of the smithing stones we needed, so this is the type of fight I had in mind when I asked that question. Anything highly resistant to slash and bleed? Yeah. Yeah, well, we can do plenty to increase the damage, and we're also doing a lot of this with no armor, so that's a concern, but we can get out of here and improve the build a lot if we want to return to this fight. But honestly, for right now, I think we should be good up until, like, mountaintops anyway, at which point we get Somber 6s and 7s. Fire Giant is pretty vulnerable to slashing and bleeding damage, so we should be okay. Just need to step out into Caelid for a second. Don't mind me. I've also still got the Source Seal equipped, so we should probably get rid of that. Although, no, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll use it for this next set of fights, because we do need to actually deal damage. So from Warmaster's Shack, I guess, we'll go do Guardian Golem, which is also not going to bleed, but we really don't need the bleed aspect. Wasn't doing as bad as I thought it would. Oh yeah, no, this is fine. Like, this will be pretty straightforward. We've just got to make sure that the damage output is higher, because it's all about DPS. And this thing will crush. I think the main thing I'm concerned about is spacing. Like, the spacing on this is so unusual that, like, when it comes to fights like, I don't know, Malekith or whoever, it might be a little bit more difficult to attack the way I usually do because of how aggressive the movements are. So let's go this way for Blue Dancer Charm, which will obviously get us a great deal of extra damage considering my current armor setup and the fact that these weapons are some of the lighter ones. Like, compare Bloodhound's Fang. Yeah, this is about a quarter of the weight of Bloodhound's Fang. Once again, I love that we're doing this as Beast. Thin Beast Bones. Little do you know, I have thick beast bones. I've met wolves stronger than you. I wonder how this is going to do against, like, Farum Azula Stormhawks and stuff. Like, there's a few jumps in here, but, like, against flying enemies, it feels a little... I don't know, erratic? Just got to get used to the patterns. Once again, I am covered in blood, but thankfully a quick trip through the waterfall washes me off. This should go okay. I mean, we're in Limgrave territory of bosses. We'll be fine. Attack this leg because it's... definitely the more exposed, the more upright. It's quite funny going from battle hammers, which just dealt poise damage, basically, to this weapon, which deals almost none. Like, staggering them and hitting the weak point is really how you're supposed to fight Guardian Golems, and yet that was nothing. But something that raises attack power with lower equipment load. My equipment load is under 5 right now. That'll help us out a little bit, even if it does reduce our strength and everything. And then next we'll get Winged Sword Insignia. Easily your favorite arena in the game. It's such a cool environment to encounter the Golem. Like, for sure. No question. I also haven't upgraded the claws since we got those Smithing Stone 5s, so... yeah, we have 8 of those, so we get to plus 14 with that. I think at that point we go fight Godfrey, or maybe I try getting an infusion on these. We'd need the Black Wet Blade for a bleed infusion, but obviously Godfrey is not a fight that we can bleed anyway, so... around we go. Just the R1 having like a little jump beforehand illustrates perfectly what I mean. Like, that's the standing R1. You do like a... effectively a mini jump attack. So interesting. Oh. He struck me. I've been stricken. This definitely numbers among my least favorite arenas in the game. You also get poised out of this move a lot. Especially considering I'm relying on Blue Dancer Charm, so I have no poise provided by natural armor. That'll do. We are down with the strictness. Right, yeah. That's very poisonous, but otherwise decent fight. We go back to Round Table Hold to upgrade. We go fight Godfrey for an additional talisman slot. We get the other talisman pouch from Enya now, because we've fought 2 shard bearers.
Only fine. You have it now to become the thing as now become.
And I think maybe we go and activate Radahn's Great Rune, because we get extra stamina and FP from that, and that means we don't have to invest too much in mind to use Savage Claws a lot. I think, yeah, maybe we do that. Let's go see Hugh first. Bullgoat Talisman for that extra 33% of 0 poise, yeah.
Now, those are a challenge. Find them well.
These eyes. We kind of got red eyes now because of the blood curse thing. They started yellow. Alright. To Dragon Barrow. And then back to Lanedale. And I need to figure out whether I can get a heavy infusion on these things right now. If we have to sacrifice Savage Claws for that. Or if I need to go somewhere and get the Savage Claws Ash of War from the DLC in order to keep using it. This is going to be dangerous. All of this slashing, I'm worried about I'm going to fall off the ledge somehow. Having them fall off the ledge is the preferable alternative. If I would worry about something else falling off. It's very securely tied, don't worry. So, at the top of this, turn right instead of left, because I do not care to fight Godskin Apostle. If it's found on the claws, you should be able to change the affinity. Right, yeah, that does make sense, actually. It's like with spinning strikes, when you get that from Edgar the Revenger's halberd. You can keep that when you apply it, right? I think that makes sense. So in order to get the bleed affinity, we have to go get the Black Wet Blade from the Eternal City. And then... do I have the Wet Blade that gives me a heavy affinity? Or do I have to get that from Stormveil? These do kind of look like Malekith's claws, though. That's a fun part of this. Honestly, Malekith's armor with this weapon would kind of go hard, I think. Okay, got to equip this when we next get to rest. While we're here, we may as well do Millicent's quest and aim for the prosthesis and kind of complete our setup here. So let's add... honestly, carrying Filigree Crest is not a bad idea, but also Ritual Sword Talisman. If we're going to sneak up on O'Neill, we should be able to get a pretty decent first hit in. Don't know if there's an easier spot for us to drop off here, but I'm not going to try it. Looking at that, I'm not going to try it. But yeah, before we go into the O'Neill fight, I'll see if I can change the affinity to heavy for a bit extra damage from our strength stat. Because it's a quality weapon right now, I think. But I think I want to change it to heavy just for both the bleed infusion favoring strength as a scaling stat, and then the strength giving us some extra damage resistance for Blue Dancer Charm build.
I need your name resting. When the earth admins for this, seek the needle.
Okay, seek the needle. This weapon would be good against Melania if she couldn't just decide to get hyper armor. Yeah, that was my problem with the battle axe as well. It's like she has pretty low poise, but sometimes she would just decide to break out of whatever it was I was trying to do. Okay, here we go. Let's give this a try. Okay, good start. Oh yeah, Scarlet Rot. Just forgetting that detail of this fight. Ouch. Okay, so probably a good time to go and take out these guys. Just rotating around this guy. Ouch, dude. Yeah, basically anything anyone does breaks me out of a combo. But that's also down to my character having no armor. Oh, this isn't good. Down to my last health flask. Oh! Oh, no, 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 come on! Please let me say that. Yes! Great enemy felled. I think we did it. I think we did it. Yes! Alright, great. Ah, okay. We just managed to clutch that. Storm Leon says how the fox is doing. I mean, they're not my foxes, so... They're doing fine from what we've seen, but they come and go as they please. By a fingernail or by a claw, yes. No, we really need to get the strength up so that we can keep physical defense relatively high naturally. We're going to use Mohg's Remembrance. We won't have anything else to do with that. Obviously, we can do Lord of Blood's Exaltation since this is a bleed weapon, but... yeah, like Savage Claws, we can apply Keen to, which makes it worse because we don't have good dex right now. So, yeah. I think we need to go and get the Iron Wet Blade from Stormveil. And then that will get us heavy infusion while keeping Savage Claws, but then we also need to go and get the Black Wet Blade from Nokron. So a little bit of setup required to really get this weapon where it needs to be.
As promised. Go on. Well, the work of a... Can you give me as well, mate?
Okay, in this case, we just quit out and rejoin. I'm really curious how this is going to do against, like, Radahn and Elden Beast. Like, some of the later bosses. Because they just poise through everything. Like, they don't get interrupted.
Tended to a wretched...
So we get Dexterity Talisman from this.
Well, my flesh, it is a cup. You to quell, but... Never mind. I would rather... Would you mind?
Okay.
Well...
FromSoft loves to put bonfires everywhere except NPCs you need to return to. Yes.
My apology. Everything, even the night. Not that I could... I'm with the needle. My destiny. It's all thanks. My name is Mill.
Alright, then we'll go back here just to shortcut to Gary's shack again. What's up, Ho Hyper? Welcome in. I guess we'll go... I guess from here we have to do Shaded Castle. Or at least get the prosthesis from Shaded Castle. And then do Windmill Village and then fight Millicent. I imagine these claws are pretty good as far as, like, invasions and NPC fights. There she is.
Oh, something. So I decide I've only... Perhaps. Well, I must...
Now up to Erdtree Gazing Hill. She should be there. We already got the golden seed here. Yep, there she is. Great. Just speed our way through this.
In truth, the Scarlet as such, though rather than realize I could have eaten.
We go find that sword arm. Well, turns out that's longer than you can fall without dying. Luckily my runes are like right there though, because I did that within seconds. So maybe we'll go down a slightly safer way. Shaded Castle should only take us like 5 minutes. We're coming towards the end of the stream here, but we probably want to go and fight Godfrey to get our last talisman pouch. And then I can go and get the gold scarab and we can spend some time leveling up between streams. Do a bit of Mohg Palace bird farming. Already got some arrows earlier, so I just need to buy a longbow. I think with 17 dex I have the stats to wield it, but it doesn't even matter that much because you can still fire an arrow even if it does very little damage. It's got such a pleasant swish to it, this one. A little bit late there, bud. Down we go. Again, as long as they bleed, this weapon is okay. We need to find the formula to make it really powerful. And I think this is the missing piece of the puzzle. Ow. Forgot about that guy for a second. The thing is, none of these guys are worth fighting, because if they die, they just kind of explode and poison you, so... Oh, nice. Good thing there's a follow-up to that. Now this is the ridiculous bit where it won't let me warp away for some reason. If I hide in this bush for long enough. Nope, they're still looking for me. So weird. I think there's like a flower enemy or something in there that's like always after me. There we go. Now back here to Millicent. Give it the arm. Go to Dominula. Kill Millicent.
Now after I should like to... I think she's in the lands. Are you giving me? I think it might be... If it might be perhaps...
And I guess up here is probably the closest thing we have to Dominula Grace. Near enough the windmills. Yeah, here we are. Godskin Apostle will be another interesting fight to try with this moveset. I like the setup phase because it gives us a chance to get a little more familiar with this weapon. Still one of the best places in the game, just for sheer, like, comedy horror. Let's get Millie to help us with this as a quick finale appearance for her. There he is. Here's the lad we need. The chain R1 on this is actually pretty powerful. Yes, all the multi-hits. Get him, Millicent. We do occasionally get a poise break. He doesn't have a ton of critical, though. The bleed is just ridiculous. Longboy. Yeah, not precisely the best test of this weapon, but I think it proves the point. And unfortunately, this is where we have to do this as well.
Is there something wrong? Why are you doing this? Why are you forced to my hand? I did not imagine it ending like this. But I will not forget what you have done.
It would be wild if she actually remembered that between playthroughs, like in Undertale. .9 equip load, very nice. And now we go fight Godfrey. That would just make me feel worse. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But now we have 2 of the 3 stacking effects that we can get to increase damage with successive hits, and we are doing successive hits a whole lot. As you can see from this tutorial. He just stood there and waited for the 3rd one. That man accepted his fate. Godfrey already? This is the first Godfrey, not the second Godfrey. This Godfrey is the one who gives you the 4th talisman slot. Not the one who tears a line apart halfway through the fight. Oh, we get to bully our favorite guy? Heck yeah. Oh yeah, we don't need this. Every time I go after that because it looks interesting and it's just a bunch of, like, gravel stones or something. Oh! Fumbled the crit that time. Yeah, gold free, yeah. We need 7k? 7,500, perfect. We could also go to the, 258, nice. Damage is still pretty low, but... Yeah, we could also go to the fortified mana and get a couple of smithing stones from there. I think there's a couple of 5s and 6s. Ah, the amount of time I spent on this particular hill last time. In the hour or 2 of battle hammer farming we did. Sword spear. Yeah. R1 spam is interesting. It's got a fun chain attack and follow-up. Zvi the Legend, welcome in. Oh, that guy had glowing eyes. Never mind. Alright, what do we got going on here? Gonna get a quick heal in here. Get one of these. Oh. Yeah, you've really got to pick your moments with this Ash of War. I think, honestly, R1 is going to be more reliable to cancel out of. Let's go again. We'll be able to get Savage Claws in here, but only the first couple of hits, actually, huh? He almost had my head off with that last one. Yeah, this is interesting. Like, if he's just gonna keep doing his attacks... Yeah, I need to get actually quite lucky if I'm using the Ash of War, because he just doesn't get interrupted by anything. That's fun. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how this shakes out if we just use... Like, if you do the Faint Heavy, it sort of feels a bit like using Bloodhound's Fang. Oh, he didn't have any runes. Yeah, we gotta stay very agile for this one. Interesting. Remember, this is without infusions, so we're not quite, like, spec'd out for this weapon yet. But that was definitely more challenging than it's been on previous attempts, so we got some fun we can have here. I see somebody running around with, like, the Grafted Blade Greatsword and that giant, like, fire chariot thing. That's wild. But just by putting up our strength 2 points, our physical defense points increased 3. So, strength build, definitely the way to go. Wearing no armor for all of this is hideous. But we have the talismans that we need at this point to really get this done. So last thing we're going to do on stream, we'll go back to Caelid. We'll get the Gold Scarab Talisman from the Cleanrot Knight Duo fight, and then I'll spend some time leveling up between streams, and we'll see where we end up. Blacklad, I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well too. We just completed the Battle Hammer playthrough the other day after an All Bosses Battle Axe playthrough, and now we are on the Beast Claw. And this one is really fun. I've obviously set myself the challenge of doing it with no armor because Blue Dancer Charm is a thing, and because it's much more obvious this way that we look like Beast from X-Men. But I really think the play style of this weapon suits the character of Beast from X-Men, which is why I'm going to be sticking to it. Oh, I just realized this place is going to be awful because I don't have any resistances to Scarlet Rot with no armor. So yeah, let's do this, I guess. Yep, it happened anyway. Never mind. Oh, my legs are purple now. At least I have plus 10 flasks. So I can heal a good chunk of my health bar as it drains. And as we've seen, it's pretty easy to fight the Cleanrot Knights, so hopefully they shouldn't be too much trouble in the boss arena. You just can't get rotted if you're already rotted. That's certainly a way of looking at it. I also hate the fact that the poison is here too. This makes it twice as bad. And yet somehow we will still try and prevail against these two. Normally I would get Scarlet Rot from that. Joke's on you, I already have it. Okay, that's fine at least. Nice. Despite having 2 status effects, we did actually manage that. So, yeah, now we head back to Mohg Palace. We go to Dynasty Mausoleum entrance. We go and get the bird farming spot grace, and we'll call it a day there. But at least we can get some extra runes now, which is very helpful. Beast is built different. Yep. Just remembered we can use the horse here. This is Smithing Stone 8. Yep. Need one of those later. This is Hero's Rune. More Blood Roses in case we want Bleed Grease for Morgott. Possibly Fire Giant. I'm going to go to Stormveil, actually, before we wrap up the stream. And I'm going to go and get the Black Wet Blade. Because it's really easy to get hold of. We just need to go through the courtyard here. Yep. So this absolutely shreds enemies that can be interrupted, and is actually quite dangerous to use against enemies that can't. That's what I'm learning. Take the Grafted Scion, for example. Now, if we go down here... Oh, nice, Crescent Moon Axe. So that's the Iron Whetblade got. Also this and that, because why wouldn't you at this point? Now we go back here. Let's take a quick look at how heavy infusion affects our damage. We're still only level 81. So Savage Claws currently gets... I mean, yeah, with the standard scaling, we currently get 177 plus 124, so about 300 damage. With Heavy, it's roughly the same, but the scaling is getting us 30 more damage, give or take. And it's a Strength B, and then Dex just doesn't matter. We're not going to be guarding with it, so we don't really care about the guard boost. With Quality, it's nowhere near as good because we don't have good Dex right now. I think we stick with this until we get Bleed. We're getting a little bit more now. We'll get a lot more later. Cool. Friends, I think that's where we're going to wrap up. Here with Hank McCoy. Almost 3 hours in, and doing pretty well here at Mohg Palace. We've got a pretty decent setup for this weapon, and I think we should be able to take it all the way on the next stream. But it's going to be an interesting challenge, considering how fragile we are. It's Glass Cannon in a different way, because it's not like huge hits, it's just a little bit fragile of a playstyle, and not much poise damage, but dexterous as all heck. Despite the fact that we're not relying on dexterity as a stat anymore. So, we'll leave it there. I'll wrap up and raid somebody, and I'll see you folks on Thursday for another one of these. We will, of course, be doing our Minecraft Elden Ring double bill. Let's see who's live. Oh, I tell you what, Joel Duggan is trying out Core Keeper on stream, which is really cool. He mentioned he tried it on Xbox and really liked it, so I'm glad that he's able to play it on stream. Core Keeper, if you haven't seen it, is kind of like Minecraft meets Stardew Valley in a way. Stardew Valley kind of top-down graphics and pixel art, but with a focus on living underground, and he's currently, it looks like, cooking stuff and farming things. I'll send you folks over to Joel. I've been thinking about checking out Core Keeper myself at some stage, so we'll see when I'm able to get around to that, but obviously I'm playing a lot of other stuff for Minecraft, for Elden Ring. And yeah, for now, folks, I'll see you on Thursday. I'm going to go and get some dinner, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If I don't see you on Thursday, catch you later. And we'll be back with Hank McCoy next time. Take care. Bye for now.